Pripara's power can't be understated. 4 seasons, over 30 characters, it's not even over yet. So what is it that makes Pripara so iconic? I'd say its designs. Looking at the Pretty series, this marked a large shift in the art style and general direction of the franchise. We've already covered Rainbow Live, so let's talk about Pripara's designs. Pripara's characters have a very unique head shape. Their big bright eyes don't have pupils but rather bright highlights and rings of color. The white highlight is in the darkest layer, which helps it stand out, while the second highlight is in the light layer. While it's not known for art consistency, the heads all have this point at the cheek which gives them a sharp angle. This also makes their heads look rounder, which when combined with big eyes, keeps them looking young. Every character has their own color, hairstyle, and the silhouettes are about as unique as it gets for anime. Despite a little same face syndrome, they do try and give out different eye shapes and hairlines, so it's not all bad. While the skin tones are rather similar, the betas show that this may not have always been the case. Lala's design is probably the best main character we've seen in the franchise. Compared to previous hairstyles, her big twin tails stand out and spread to make a unique silhouette. She's recognizable no matter the outfit. Another reason she's so unique is the colors they chose for her. Now when it comes to girls' shows, pink is often given to the main character. Pre-chan did this with Mirei and Rainbow Live had Naru. Lala broke this potential trend by having purple hair, which is still a stereotypically girly color but stands out a lot more. Her main outfit is white with yellow as a complement, and it keeps the whole design looking clean. Your eyes are instantly drawn to the strong purple before you even notice the lighter colors. Her hair takes up a lot of space, so she's comically put behind other characters in every poster. An early concept shows her in a more floral outfit. The image isn't entirely clear, so here is an old artist rendition to make things clear. They knew yellow was a good accent, but I guess they decided to use more white in the final design. Outside Pripara, she's got her hair in cute buns with a crescent cowlick sticking out. She's got the little hairs on the side to resemble her twin tails, and keeps her pink bow. Minami Mirei is a resident pop type, and for her we'll cover both forms. Mirei is a bossy, cheerful girl with bright yellow hair. She's got cutesy cat ears and lots of different patterns. The red and blue contrast keeps her design vibrant and fun. Outside Pripara, Mirei is head disciplinarian and her design shows it. She's got a serious expression with her hair tied up neatly. It's a good contrast going from brown hair, brown eyes, to blonde hair, blue eyes. I usually hate when this color pairing is used for graceful characters, since it's so overdone for, reasons. It's great to see it used differently here. In the betas, Mirei had longer hair in 2 styles. Her first style is soft and flowing, paired with a shyer expression. The second design is more cat-like, with her cat buns being actual cat ears. I love the curlier designs and the paw hands. Lastly, there's a cute twin tail style that's closest to her current design. Sophie's introduced to us as a cool top idol, and she's got a stylish gothic cord with flowing red hair. Having her palette be darker contrasts the others and sets her apart from the rest. Black and red also work better together. Outside Pripara, Sophie is free to live in fancy mode. Attired mode, she enters without her pickled plums. The bright-eyed smile keeps it cute, but the jumper makes it shaggy and more homely. As a trio, I think Salami Smile's designs look really great together. The first poster puts this on display. Their outfits all use stripes on the skirt and feature chest accessories. They also have their legs covered and have a unique head accessory. There's elements tying Mirei and Lala together, as Sophie does join them later on. Both their outfits feature white tops and use yellow accents. Sophie still has white, but the black separates her from them. It's all very subtle but very rewarding to find. Finally, here are some sketches of earlier hairstyles for the girls. They all have their hair down, and that's about it. Early concepts of this team feature Mars ripoffs, who eventually became background randos. It really is shameless that they tried to reuse Mars with 2 Ida lookalikes. I'm glad they didn't see this through. Now let's talk about the canon Dressing Paff&eacute. The West twins are up first, and they're basically opposites. Dorothy is loud and brash, while Leona is quiet and shy. The dichotomy is made interesting by their genders. For the purpose of this video, I'll be using he pronouns for Leona. He's a shy feminine boy with a high-pitched voice and a love for female clothing. Even when the two match unit cords, Leona will usually wear a skirt while his sister wears shorts. It's good representation, and their decision to make him pink is appreciated. Even his poses and body language make him rather feminine with the limp wrists and the closed-off body language. Dorothy and Leona are half American, which shows in their clothing. They've got the stars and stripes, but also the American flag colors: red, white, and blue. Their catchphrases tension, max, and relax seem odd, but by looking at the betas, we can find an explanation. In their beta designs, Dorothy and Leona are cheerleaders. They've got blonde hair and green eyes, which is typical for foreigners in anime, but pairing it with dark skin is a unique move. Additionally, the stars on the ribbon pair well with the skirt, completing their stars and stripes outfit. I will admit these aren't great. They look way too similar and the contrast is way less pronounced. While I would have liked dark skin, hell, anything over pepper, I can see why the current designs prevailed. Now, much like Salami's smile, Dressing Paff&e is also joined by a third cool type, who wears much darker colors. Additionally, the first two members wear similar colors. It pairs them really perfectly. Shion's a cool, competitive Go player. Her confidence shines through in this pose, and her golden eyes contrast her dark purple hair. The rock elements aside, teal is a surprisingly good complement to purple. The harsh contrast gives it a surprising amount of edge. In the betas, her hair is wild. It's a soft pink with yellow highlights, and I'm glad they didn't choose this. While I get the idea of shaggy dyed hair to be rebellious and cool, I think the dark jagged look is much better. Which look do you prefer? Now, our final main character for Season 1 is Falulu, a vocal doll born from a pre-ticket. The doll inspiration is clear with her outfit, but also the wind-up key on her back. Additionally, the cold silver eyes are robotic, as are the silver accents. Finally, she's got the perfect wound-up hair with a pair of headphones. When Falulu is reborn, her hair unwinds into long, wavy hair, and gold becomes her accent color. It makes her seem more mellow as it is brighter than silver. Additionally, she gains wings on her outfit, which I imagine might symbolize freedom. She's no longer a simple doll that can't break tickets, she's a fuller version of herself. Falulu's betas are rather different. The first is a mechanic robot with digital wings and halos. The stark black is cool, as is the larger headset. Her second beta is floral with long flowing hair, and is similar to what Julie will look like when she appears. It's a good contrast, but the doll idea works well. Now, Cosmo is our proper final character this season, and her design is nice. She's Sophie's older sister, but the two only share an eye color. Her hair does cover an eye though, which is what Sophie looks like on the regular. Her only beta is rather blurry, so I'll just have to describe it. She's got red hair like Sophie in a dramatic side ponytail. I think the current design helps her stand out more, and the space theme adds identity. Mikan and Aroma are part of the new unit we meet in Season 2. As new characters, they've got a clear theme the other characters lack. Their angel and devil designs pair them together nicely. The girls also get matching outfits to help them tie them together. Mikan and Aroma's Silent cords both feature a belt, skirt ruffles, and chest bows. Mikan's got red hair and a curly ponytail, while Aroma's got long brown hair with locks that end in 666s. At this point, besides Sophie, these are the only other characters with long hair. Questionnaires seem to prefer long hair for these designs, so I guess that explains it. My final thoughts are on their civilian forms, where they look extremely young. Even among a baby-faced cast, these are infants. In the beta designs, Aroma's got short brown hair, and the notes mention her design was mostly complete at this point. They actually struggled to pair Mikan's design with hers. Mikan starts off as an orange cupid. There's an arrow through the heart on her, and it's a good color since orange pairs well with purple. They did attempt yellow hair for Aroma, but they got it right the first time and kept it brown. I do miss the wings and Aroma's candy cane though. As for the civilian forms, these really are different, as Aroma's a little gremlin, while Mikan's a complete crybaby. I can only imagine how different their dynamic would have been if we had stuck with these designs. Completing the unit, we've got the monster herself, Garuru. In Season 2, we come to learn that lots of mini Falulus have been discovered, but one of them is off. A complete copy of Falulu, but born from hatred towards performing. For this reason, she's got black hair and angry face to set her apart from her sister. The betas imply they wanted to try out different hairstyles, but none of these really fit her personality, so it's fine. I like her fang, very feral, really completes the devil, angel, and monster trio. The pairing of Mikan and Aroma with a child was intentional and really works since Garuru's got their colors on her. Her dark hair matches Aroma, and her pink dress matches Mikan. However, since a performance model uses Falulu's initial design, the family vibe's kinda ruined now, and Mikan and Aroma's matching is undermined. It was probably to keep using Falulu's CGI, but they should've just made another model, cause now she just looks out of place with a trio. Fuwari's our first new character from the Europe trio, and she's got a whole new type to introduce. The natural type was added to Pripara, and seems to be an offshoot of the lovely type with feminine themes. The Tyrolean style was selected specifically for this reason according to the design notes. Outside from the fact that it's a new type, Fuwari's got nothing going for her. She's probably the plainest design we've seen so far. We've already seen an ultra-feminine blonde in Otoha, so this really offers nothing. The only compliments I have for her are on the chords. Now let's talk about daylight robbery. The betas showcase two major design themes. The first is a tall floral princess. She's straight out of a fairy tale with floral clothes and butterflies. This design is really fitting given her princess role in the story. Long blonde hair is at least distinctive, so it's a shame they didn't keep it. However, the second design is an even bigger disappointment. These designs show Fuwari in more tropical clothing, including some versions with dark skin and textured hair. This is what Fuwari needed to stand out. Out of all the new girls, she's probably the most forgettable to me. I would have loved a tropical theme and perhaps darker skin, because now she's just a boring European, and we'll get back to that. Trust me, it will be important later on. Next up, we've got Hibiki. Hibiki's one of my favorite characters, and her androgynous look is a huge part of that. While Fuwari's the princess, Hibiki is our prince. With a confident pose, Hibiki introduces another new type, the celebrity type. The royal theming is a first, and paired with classy bows and gold detail, it's clear what it's about. The design notes mention she was dressed like a man, and that's pretty obvious just from looking at it. Hibiki's got the shortest hair in the cast, so they can't rely on that to create a unique silhouette. Additionally, because she wears masculine clothing, we can't just have the skirt flare out to make her recognizable. This is made up for by the fact that she's got a crown, and that her coat widens toward the waist so you can still tell it's her in the silhouettes. In the betas, Hibiki's got glamorous silver hair and locks to her waist. She also had heterochromia. I think the eyes were a bit much, and while I do love the hair, the shortcut was bold, so I'll give it that. Overall, I don't think we lost much. We were robbed with Fuwari, but Hibiki's beta's just okay. As a unit, it made sense to pair the prince and princess up, but Falulu's inclusion I wasn't expecting. In the opening, Ajimi silhouette is shown with them, which I assume is to show that there's 3 new characters, but I have a small sneaking suspicion that Ajimi was meant to complete Tricolor. This is a fan theory that other fans have had, and if I find any more evidence, I'll be the first to let you guys know. Ajimi is the last of the Europe trio, and she's got a really cute design. She's a pop type who's obsessed with art. Her outfit makes it clear with its maximalist design, mixing colors and patterns. She resembles Mirei with the contrasting colors, and unlike her, she actually gets to keep her glasses. There's only one beta of Ajimi, and she's a little more toned down, specifically in the way she dresses. The text is smeared, so I'll speculate that she was initially the 3rd member of Tricolor with a different personality. Given how little we have, I'm gonna end it there. Triangle is pretty basic, and given how gimmicky they are, there's not a lot to cover. However, the purple streaks in their hair do form numbers apparently. Pinon is 1, Kanon is 2, and Junon is 3. The betas are basically the same, but purple. Probably would have given away their identity too easily. Let's just move on to the real unit Non gets, which is Non-Sugar. As the main character's little sister, Non needs to look like Lala while retaining unique charm. Lala's hair is messy, while Non's hair streaks are more angular and uniform. Lala has cute buns, while Non's got a tiny twin tail. Her put-together look lets us know that she's the responsible sister. In Pripara form, Non gets her own iconic hair, which is a giant ponytail. It's a cute way to make them similar while keeping her silhouette unique. An early beta features a pink version of Lala's outfit, but I'm glad this was cut. Chidi is a shy girl who can't speak up, and I love her angular hair as well. It's always nice when they don't make the strands smooth and instead make them a bit blocky. She's the first character who unwittingly changes personality when in Pripara. As a celebrity type, she's got a regal hairstyle and an extravagant peacock cord. The cord follows up on celebrity types looking luxurious, adding consistency to the type. In the betas, Chili has a rather cute design with the same hair, but different colors. The design notes mentioned that initially, they hadn't decided on her celebrity type, and that the designers realized there weren't many characters with long hair. Pepper is up last in this, and she's by far the worst design, mostly because of racism. Given how many characters had dark skin before, keeping hers in the show sends a really bad message. As the only other natural type, it creates an awkward contrast between the refined European natural type and the primitive African natural type. I think her design is cute, but even then, the only character with slightly darker skin dressing up as a lion is something. Pepper's beta design features darker skin and darker hair. It's very cute, and I do love this one design with the giraffe patterns. The design notes only make this sadder though. One comment notes that they really wanted to make a dark-skinned character and chose to give her cute curly hair. They also mentioned that it had been 3 seasons at this point. I did use Google Translate for these, so it may not be accurate. We'll just leave it at that. It's a real shame how the show treated her based off the designer's wishes. The other design note mentions that the anime changed her personality, and this just adds to how much racism was poured into her character. We finally had a dark-skinned girl, but they had to lighten her up and make her a primitive animal. Given the previous betas, it could have been a much better show, but that's impossible now, isn't it? As a trio, they've always been my least favorite unit, but there's a lot tying them together. They each make hand symbols to form rock, paper, scissors, and these correspond to their animals. It's pretty consistent. They even have matching animal-themed hair clips. Now that we've gone over the worst unit, let's go over a character who doesn't really fit neatly into any season. Chanko Nabeshima is part of Sophie's fan club, and was elevated to main character in the movie, I believe. Regardless, she's a plus-size character who's themed around sumo wrestling. She's even named after a food that sumo wrestlers use to gain weight. She's paired up with Cosmo and Ajimi, and it's not really important, so we won't really linger here much longer. Idle Time introduces us to 3 new protagonists, and I love this trio. As main characters, they're not as iconic as Salami. First up is Yumekawa Yui. She's a lovely girl with a pastel aesthetic, and I love the little twin tails she gets. The blonde locks pair well with Lala, and her pastel aesthetic is refreshing. Yui's beta design shows her with similar colors, but less pastel. There's more stripes and her hair is a bit longer, with less curls in it. There's something really nice about the simple hairstyle, and I do think that the final design is a bit much. While I can see why they changed the outfit, even adding stars, there was no real reason to tweak the hair. Nino's our second character with a sporty green look, and I just love the vibrance of her. She looks like a bright energy drink. I really love this design because she's unique in terms of color and looks, with her pose exuding energy and pep. Now Nino's betas are where it gets interesting. Our first beta shows Nino as a mechanic idol who repairs and programs. She's particularly interested in how vocal dolls work. Nino's goal seems to be capturing Garuru, and she's got a much plainer design. While the idea is cool, she looks a bit serious for Pripara, but I do hope we get something like this in the future. Regardless, it's a very novel idea, and given the presence of goddesses, they could have done a lot with it. Idleland has a giant vocal doll, so hopefully we get more lore in that season. Nino's second beta is a lot like what Mel turned out to be, a talented graduate who studied overseas and has an interest in vocal dolls. They were really pushing this vocal doll idea, so I wonder how we got this in the final product. This is also the stage where she got the bright neon colors. It's a bright design, but I'm glad it didn't stick, the hair especially. Overall, Nino's design and colors are pretty unique for a pop type, and her sporty theme matches her personality. I really do wonder what this season could have been like if we had stuck with either of the first 2 ideas. Michiru Koda is our third new character, and I love her design the most. The wavy long hair, the long braids, even the outfit is extravagant. Everything about her is so elegant, I was sure she was celebrity type, but she's not, bummer. Especially since she also has a personality shift once in Pripara. Outside Pripara, she's a shy girl with glasses who doesn't believe in herself. I love her cute expression, and the contrast is great. One last thing is that Michiru is our first character with pupils. Michiru's first beta is a witchy and ragged look with check patterns and dripping purple fabric. I like the raggedy aesthetic and the casual pose. It's still casual in the final version, but this outfit really changes her mood. Much like Rainbow Live, Idle Time introduces boys to pair up with the girls. They each seem pretty tailored to them in terms of looks and personality, but importantly, one of them is actually Yui's older brother. Hino's boy Mac is her energetic sporty vibe, while Koyoi is mysterious, just like Michiru. Their beta designs reflect this even further. Koyoi could have had long hair, and we almost got pink Shogo, but we did get pink whip in canon, so it's fine. Now I know a lot of you are waiting to hear about Shuka, but I don't have many thoughts, especially since this other character is way more interesting. See, an early design of Mia seems to show a completely different character. She's described as a former divine idol ready to take on the world again. This is a pretty interesting concept, and I love to see someone on that level in the show. The brown hair design might be in her civilian form, and she's described as an approachable magazine model. However, further design notes explain that since her character parts already matched Mia's, they decided to change that. Additionally, the Pretty Rhythm game had limits on hair length, so they got to design Mia closer to what they originally wanted. That's really nice. I still wonder why Shuko was made her little sister though. Maybe they just looked too similar and they decided to explain it away so people wouldn't call them, a ripoff. So I saved the goddesses for last. This is because they're almost all vocal doll designs. I won't go into the lore, but let's start with the Season 3 goddesses. Julie and Janice are twin sisters with identical designs. As goddesses, they've got the headphones from vocal dolls and the most detailed eyelashes we've seen so far. A detailed cord is expected, but what amazed me was the hair. It's hard to make long, detailed hair that's visible, and it's very easy to have it just blocked by the body, but the loops and braids make it really elegant and pretty. Not much added by the betas except Janice had glasses at some point. Lastly, we'll be covering the Time Sisters. They've got the headphones too, but their hair is in wavy rings like vines. I love the time skirt, but we're mostly here to talk about the betas. For Falala, there's a nature-themed design with really good butterfly wings. Reminds me of Thumbelina. The butterfly clock wings are cool, but the time skirt is just so much better. It's a very easy way to add tons of details to the outfit. They tried a bunch of different colors, and honestly, I miss purple Galala because they could have been pastel sisters. Galala's beta mentions that she's a cheerful and free-spirited girl. Seems like Idle Time had a lot of different personalities early on. One has to wonder if they'll follow up on any of this lore in Idleland. Now, I know I didn't cover the mascots, but truthfully, I wanted to focus on the humans. It's been a long time coming. This video is mostly just for the human characters. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Had a lot of fun with this one. Shorter than I expected, honestly. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching.